All right, everyone. There's a little bit of an issue in the United States at the moment, namely drones. Drones have become a huge problem because unregistered drones, or drones that you're not exactly sure where they're from, what they're doing, etc., have become a big problem. I talked about the other day a Florida case where a man shot at a drone. It was a Walmart delivery drone, and it was hovering over his property, so he decided to shoot at it. And now he's been booked on various charges, including federal charges, because you're not really supposed to discharge a firearm in that manner, because it could plink off the drone and hit somebody, or it could miss and hit somebody, and that's a big problem. The Dennis Hine case, I believe it was. But the FBI is looking into a slurry of reports around the country, especially in the Mar-a-Lago region, of course, with regards to unidentified drones. So they're not exactly sure where they launched from, what they're doing. I have a feeling that a lot of it is literally people, like in southern Florida. They want to get like a shot at Donald Trump. Not like take a shot, but more like a shot of, like a photograph or something like that. I have a feeling that that's a lot of it. The problem is, number one, the FBI is predominantly responsible for looking into this. The FBI is not going to be able to accurately assess exactly what the hell is going on. They've got a poor track record when it comes to this, especially when it comes to anything Trump-related. Somebody flies a drone over the Mar-a-Lago, and they're just trying to get a photograph of Donald Trump or something. So it's something innocuous. It's not an assassination attempt or anything like that. Do you think that the FBI is actually going to accurately assess where the drone came from and be able to do jack shit about it? The fact is that these small drones that are owned by the public, millions of them by the way, are capable of flying under the radar very, very easily. There's nothing that they can do about it, so they're impotent, number one. Number two, let's say that somebody wanted to take out Trump by dropping a bomb out of a drone on his head or something like that. Would the FBI actually even act? Probably not. They're part of the deep state. The Uniparty controls the FBI, so they're not going to do jack shit about it. So it's hilarious when I'm looking at stories about the FBI investigating these mysterious drones all around the country. Half of these drones are probably owned by the goddamn FBI. That's the whole problem. They're just misidentifying their own drones at some point. They've got some surveillance van. It used to be a meme, by the way, having your Wi-Fi set to FBI surveillance van or something like that. That was always funny back in the day. Kids these days don't know anything about those shenanigans. It's funny because you can imagine a drone being launched from the back of the literal FBI surveillance van, getting misidentified by a cop or another FBI agent or something like that, and then they launch an investigation into themselves. This sort of thing does happen, by the way, within government. Sort of like you're in the IRS. You can audit your own taxes, I suppose. I'm sure that happens all the time, too. It's crazy shit. I don't think that the FBI is going to get to the bottom of the so-called outbreak of mysterious drone sightings or anything like that. Number one, I don't think that they're capable of it. Number two, I don't think that they give a shit. Most of these are just going to be commercial drones that are flown by random enthusiasts who want to get a picture or something like that. They want to make a YouTube video in 4K, stunning 4K from 1,000 feet above or something like that. Does everyone have a license for the drone that they're piloting? No. And apparently drones are classified, by the way, as aircraft. That's one of the reasons why Mr. Wynn is in so much trouble, because technically he fired on an aircraft. Was it carrying anyone? No, but, I think it's negligent discharge more than anything else, but I'm in the minority on that one, legally speaking. But I don't think the FBI is going to do jack about it. The hell are they supposed to do? Are they going to track and trace every single drone in the country? Again, it's the nature of unenforceable laws. It's the same as with intoxicating substances and certain things like that. You're not going to be able to find every weed plant. You're also not going to be able to trace every drone. It's going to be impossible to tell which drone is which in some cases anyway, because they're going to be the same make and model. If you've got 1,000 drones flying over the city, how the hell are you supposed to tell whose it is? You're not going to be able to. That's the problem. And the genie is already out of the bottle, so there's nothing that they can do about it. I'm very concerned about the fact that there's apparently an increased prevalence of drones around the Mar-a-Lago, for example. I think that Donald Trump is in some degree of danger and should definitely increase his security detail, because I don't think that he can rely on the Secret Service or that robotic dog to protect him. But there's nothing that you can do about it. The fact is that it could be a commercial drone, it could be some random kid, or it could be a foreign state actor or a terrorist group or something. There's no way to tell. The FBI is completely impotent to handle the situation. It needs to be retooled. What needs to happen, assuming you retain the FBI at all, is that for this particular style of threat, you need to have more awareness of what that threat actually represents and try to retool the agency. But that's not really happening now, is it? Under the current administration, the only retooling that's happening is Joe Biden getting his hip cracked back in place after he breaks it or something like that. You're not going to get any improvement at the moment. You're going to have to wait until January 20th, unfortunately, because then we will finally have sane, competent leadership again. It'll be very, very wonderful. I don't think there's a huge threat from drones at the moment. Like, no huge imminent threat. But I am telling you that the next time that a 9/11 style event happens, it will almost certainly involve drones. Cheap, disposable, easily strapped with whatever the hell you want them to have on them, capable of literally sinking a goddamn aircraft carrier into the goddamn harbor. A half a dozen drones flown in formation properly with the right computer program, knowing where they're going and what they're doing at any given time, would be capable of pulling something like that off. You could literally sink an aircraft carrier with a half a dozen thermite drones. This is my big worry. My big worry is that we're going to have some fucking crazy event in the next, 10, 20 years, something like that, where terrorists realize, hey, for a fraction of the cost of hijacking an airliner, we can just get a bunch of drones, strap them with explosives, and go and fuck the targets up. It'll be easy. All we need to do is know, to know exactly where these people are at any given time, and once we've tracked them, then the rest is history. They could kill 100, 200 people in a day, sink an aircraft carrier, destroy an entire hospital, all at the same time. It'd be fucking insane. It'd be worse than 9/11, trust me. And they'll figure it out. Unfortunately, some companies already have this technology. It's only a matter of time. Thankfully, at the moment, though, these drone sightings that we're seeing, I think, are fairly innocuous. I think it's more people trying to get photographs or something like that. I don't think that it's anything terroristic, at least at the moment. My worry is not about what's happening at the present, it's what's going to happen in the future. And unfortunately, I have a pretty good prognostication skill. That's about all. Peace out.